Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and my friends, this may just be the beginning, but XRP has indeed broken 27 cents. Not the worst news on the planet. And what we're seeing happen, not just with XRP, but really with the broader altcoin market, it seems by and large in line with what a lot of the chart analysts that I've been following and sharing their opinions with you on this channel, it seems like it's in line with what they've been telling us to expect, more or less. Even Bitcoin price action in conjunction with this seems to be in line with what we've been told by many to expect here. So lots to cover here, including analysts saying that XRP in the short term likely to head anywhere from 50 to 65 cents. Well, I know what I hate, and I don't hate that. Take a look at this headline, too. From newsbtc.com, Ethereum may soon help altcoins to rocket higher. Here's how. Now, I don't frequently talk about Ethereum on this channel, and you know why? It's because I don't want to, damn it. Nothing against Ethereum. This is an XRP-centric channel, so it's, mostly XRP, and Bitcoin leads the market, so there's a reasonable amount of Bitcoin stuff. Well, in particular, when we're talking about price action, you can't have a full conversation about XRP price action without acknowledging that Bitcoin is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. But in this case, it's an interesting concept because what I'm seeing from multiple chart analysts is just this idea that, Bitcoin, of course, leads the crypto asset class, but Ethereum leads, it's like king of the altcoins. So it leads the rest of the alt market. And so seeing where Ethereum goes could be an indication of what happens with XRP. So anyway, lots to talk about here. I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. You absolutely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. So why am I here? Well, I think it's fun to talk about this stuff. I'm an enthusiast, that's it, and I think it's fun to make YouTube videos along with it. That's it. Just want to be super duper clear so nobody thinks I'm someone or something that I'm not. A lot of people that make these YouTube channels, they like to pretend like they're chart experts or just like gurus in crypto, this or that. I'm just a dude on the Webernets, man. You don't even know if I'm wearing pants. I actually am this time. Last time I was not. I was wearing shorts, though. Get your mind out of the gutter. If you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP and potentially an impending notable bull run for XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel because you will find yourself in good company here. So as I record this, XRP sitting at 27 cents even. You've got Bitcoin at $16,205. The market cap for the asset class, $465 billion. Man, that's the highest I've seen it in forever. I mean, what years was it? A couple years ago it was this high, $465 billion. I will frickin' take that. Bitcoin dominance somewhat on a downward trend, slowly, perhaps going to get worse for Bitcoin. That's at 64.52%. And so what we've been talking about, to make sure everybody's on the same page, is just this idea of Bitcoin eventually hitting resistance. Because look, credit where it's due. Bitcoin has had a tremendous tear in terms of price appreciation. A little over 30 days ago, Bitcoin was a little over $10,000. And now it's sitting at $16,198. Now it's live coin watch, so it's changing as I sit here and read this. With its 24-hour high at $16,458. So think about that. Roughly a $6,000 increase. Like, in about a month? That's impressive. I've been in the crypto space for 3 years, and I haven't seen price action like that since entering the bear market. So the whole time I've been running this channel, there's been nothing like this, because I've been running this channel a little less than 2 years. So this is fun to watch. I know I don't hate this. And so the idea that's been bandied about, which I do buy into because there's historic precedent for this, is Bitcoin hits some sort of level of resistance after a notable upsurge. And while that's happening, you see altcoins bleed, which I reported on as it was happening. XRP, along with the rest of the altcoins, they were going down. And then, though, when you see a massive run-up like this, you can have an alt season, which has only happened a few times ever. And mind you, we're talking about like a 12-year-old asset class. So, if I always say it's only happened a few times, that shouldn't be that surprising. Rallies like that don't happen every day. But when they do, they've been rather monstrous. And so there was one in, when was the first one? Oh shoot, now I can't remember if it was like 2013 or 14. I apologize, I can't remember off the top of my head, but then there were two in 2017. And so the next one that happens, I don't know, is it going to be like the mini alt season? Because some are bigger than others. And I know we only have 3 data points to look at in terms of alt seasons, but some are bigger than others. And so potentially we'd be looking at a smaller one, if indeed it does happen. And still, they've acknowledged too, the chart analysts I follow, it's not a certainty. But that's why you're talking about a run up to 50 cents, 65 cents, maybe even higher. It could be a little bit higher. But would this be the one that leads us to XRP all-time highs, for example? I'm not hearing anyone saying that, but it's still in the cards. The XRP chart analysts I follow do think that. In fact, it was DIY Investing that's calling for in the short term 50 cent XRP, and BC Backers calling for 65 cent XRP. And also, by the way, as far as when are we going to hit $1? DIY Investing is willing to put his name on the line for that. He's still predicting $1 XRP before 2020 is out. So again, I don't pretend to know where this is all going. I just think it's interesting to track opinions from all sorts of chart analysts that know how to read charts. I don't pretend to know how to read charts. I actually don't want to learn. I just think it's fun to track fundamentals and engage with the XRP community. So that's pretty much it here. But interesting nonetheless. I mean, when you've got skin in the game, you got to admit, like that's really like, the tremendous portion of what makes this fun to follow at all, right? Somebody out there's like, but I'm here for the technology, and I'm like, shut up! You're here to make money. I know. I mean, the technology is interesting. Don't get me wrong, but without having some sort of investment in it, it's suddenly substantially less interesting. If we're being honest here, right? So take a look at this. Ethereum may soon help altcoins to rocket higher. Here's how. And by the way, as I record this, Ethereum, I normally don't talk about Ethereum price. What the hell? We got an article about it. Let's bring it up. Ethereum's at $471. Very close to its 24-hour high of $476. And you can see over the last 30 days, it's not done that bad. $364 about 30 days or so ago here. And so I bet Ethereum, it's probably going to smash through its all-time high of, what was its all-time high? Around probably 1,500 or so, I'm guessing. Where'd my screen go? I think it was around there. Where's the all-time high on this damn? There you go, $1,432. And so I suspect, if I had to guess just for fun, yeah, it's probably going to smash through it. Because understand that the vast majority of cryptocurrencies that exist wouldn't exist if Ethereum didn't exist, because they're ERC20 tokens, right? So, unless you think all that's going to go away, and actually technically I kind of do. I think that most of the cryptocurrencies that exist are going to go away, probably just not during or leading up to this market cycle, then okay. And so that's why I won't be the least bit surprised to see if Ethereum does that. But then you're talking about what, a little over a 3.5 fold increase somewhere around there. With XRP, my gosh, that's why I'm like, what other top 10 cryptocurrency is there where you need to get like a 16-fold increase or whatever the hell it is just to get back to all-time high? And to think about it, like, it's been up in that range for damn near 8 years. So I'm like, holy hell, if you want to have a safer, very risky bet in crypto, like, to me, that would be XRP. And I say risky just because, let's be real, it's crypto. Like, we don't technically know anything. There's only 12 years of history. I always acknowledge that I could be wrong and this could all go to zero. But I am very confident I am Mr. XRP Bull for a reason, and I sleep super duper easy. So I do believe that more likely than not, XRP will at some point get back to its all-time high and enter a new level of price discovery. Just a matter of time here. And so anyway, what I was getting at, though, just the opportunity for asymmetrical gains is much greater with XRP than Ethereum. If what I suppose will happen, if it actually happens, and we'll see. But if we're talking about Ethereum getting back to its all-time high and XRP getting back to its all-time high, it's not even close compared to the amount of money that you'd make in XRP over Ethereum. And I've been saying this, but that's the case with illiquid assets. The less money in it, the easier it is to get that multiplier effect. And so while that means it's also true if you have a winning bet on a small cap coin, fine, it's going to smoke XRP in terms of percentage gains, but I have no interest in that. Because to me, it's just a crapshoot. They're all science experiments or terrible ideas or outright scams. Whereas with XRP, at least we have an 8-year track record and we can see real-world adoption of XRP. And so even though not enough people are weighting enough importance on that, in my humble opinion, I see it happening, so it means something to me. But into this piece regarding Ethereum. Ethereum and the aggregated cryptocurrency market have been consolidating for the past few days, with Bitcoin's recent swing past $16,000 helping to provide a base of support for ETH and other altcoins. The crypto market's ongoing uptrend is driven almost entirely by Bitcoin, but ETH and most other major altcoins are still woefully underperforming the benchmark digital asset. There have been some early signs of a capital rotation event away from Bitcoin and into altcoins, with a few DeFi tokens in particular seeing immense momentum throughout the past several days. Is this not exactly what I've been sharing with you over the last, well, yeah, several days at least? It absolutely is. Actually, probably a little bit longer than that. And because that's what the analysts that I've been following are saying. Like, it's just... And it's not like they're copying each other. Like, they don't always agree, but in this, they seem to just be in lockstep with this. And they all acknowledge, like, it's not some sort of guarantee. But when you're talking about chart analysis, it's about probability of outcomes, not certainty of outcomes. So they're not pretending to be wizards. They're saying, based on the charts, the way that they read them, more likely than not, you're going to see some hot action in the altcoin market, including XRP. And that's why this is a super exciting time, because again, I based on what all the chart analysts say, if they're right, I mean, we really are entering the bull phase, the beginning part of the bull phase, which means that most people, like, when this begins, there's a denial, like, this is a sucker's rally, that type of concept. If you think about the psychology of a market cycle, as presented by Time Magazine like a decade or two ago, whenever they printed that. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. They call it the Wall Street cheat sheet if you want to Google it. This is the part where it's just this denial, like, suckers rally, this, that. No, it's not going to be. But in this case, we've already been through all the bear stuff for years. So maybe we really are. Well, just, again, I'm going to be patient regardless, but let's let time pass and see how it unfolds. Now, some of these tokens were able to post gains clocking in at 100% or more in a mere matter of hours, signaling that they had previously been oversold. How about that? You think? Oversold, yes. Now, that being said, where they trend next and whether they can mark their recent lows as a long-term bottom will depend almost entirely on Ethereum. While speaking about ETH, one trader explained that he believes it could soon help altcoins rocket higher. For this to happen, ETH/BTC, so that pair, will have to print some large green candles in the near term, or else further downside could be imminent. At the time of writing, Ethereum is trading up just under 2% at its current price of $470. Earlier this morning, its price plunged to lows of $466 in a sharp downwards movement, but buyers rapidly stepped up and reverted this decline. So $470 appears to be an important level for ETH, and a high time frame close above it could help open the gates for it to see further upside. And so, as of late, what you're talking about in terms of the ETH/BTC pair, yeah, it's heading in the right direction. You know, there's the gap is not widening, and same for XRP BTC. It's exactly the direction that we're talking about. And then they have this little subheading here. Analyst claims altcoins could rally if ETH/BTC can climb. One trader explained, and this is, by the way, I had to pull up on Twitter. There you go. Mac in BTC. There you go. Mac in BTC with 42,100 followers. You know, I'm going to follow this guy because I like to follow all sorts of chart analysts. So with 42,100 followers, so no slouch, right? He explained in a recent tweet that altcoins could extend their recent momentum and further confirm their recent lows as a long-term bottom if ETH/BTC can rally. He notes that Bitcoin seeing some slowing momentum while Ethereum rallies will provide an ideal backdrop for higher risk tokens to grow upon. And here's the quote. The only explanation I have for alt pumping with Bitcoin is that Bitcoin will stall here and ETH/BTC is prepping another scam candle. In other words, number go up. All numbers go up. So there's another analyst, and I have not, as far as I can recall, I've never highlighted this particular analyst on my channel before, and this is just add him to the pile. It's another analyst that is effectively saying the same thing. altcoins go up in all likelihood. And again, it's not like this is an absolute certainty, but if you're talking about probabilities, you can see what this particular individual believes. And so, I mean, we'll just see, man. It's fascinating. And then there was this headline from Bitcoinist.com. After $17,150 turns into support, Bitcoin could surge toward $20,000. And it's neat that we're actually talking about this stuff because Josh Rager, it comes from Josh Rager, and he's got a huge following. What's he got now? 91,000 followers on Twitter here. And so here's what he wrote. Bitcoin, keep an eye on these key Bitcoin price levels daily/weekly from the 2017-2018 highs. They could likely reject before moving higher. But after $17,149, there isn't a lot standing in the way before $19,000 plus. And so, he's not one to throw around huge numbers like this historically. I've been following him for some time, but this is where we are. This is reality, that the market is heating up in a very notable way. And at some point, there will be a final time where you're able to purchase cryptocurrencies at the current price levels. And I know you've been hearing it from some people, oh, you're never going to be able to buy XRP or Bitcoin or pick your crypto this low ever again. They've been saying it for years. Yeah, okay, fine. And they said it too soon, but eventually it will be true. And if all these analysts are correct, then I certainly get the sense that it's going to be sooner or later that we see blast off, and that's it. So we'll see. And then there was this. This is another fun, and this I actually meant to cover this article yesterday, but I just didn't have time to get to it. But it's still relevant, and I just wanted to mention it anyway. But it comes from You Today. Bitcoin sets new record by holding above $15,000 for 96 hours, says Tyler Winklevoss. Which is a cool level hit, and so it's done it again. So again, this is from 24 hours ago, so add another 24 to that at a minimum, and you're at least 120 hours that Bitcoin's held above that level. That's a record, guys. Do you see how the markets, by any metric you look at, just about, not literally any, but just about, the market's looking more primed than, I don't know, ever before. I mean, pretty much, man. I mean, I know how hot things got in 2017, but in terms of being primed here, the blast off that happens here, my gosh, think about the infrastructure that's in place, everything else, my gosh. From a regulatory perspective, as much as we bitch about in the United States, crypto's global here. And then you can think about ease of getting into the crypto asset class. I suspect that even if there's going to be a backlog when there's a crazy frenzy and cryptocurrency exchanges, some of them have to turn away customers, which did happen in 2017. If there's any of that, it's probably going to be on a much smaller scale because now they knew how woefully unprepared they were in 2017. Hopefully, and I suspect that they've done something to just try and plan for the future, because the scale of people coming in 2017, it's going to look like nothing this next go-around, I suspect. But we shall indeed see. I'll wrap it up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.